All right, y'all. Welcome back. This is the midweek chat. I got my dog Ruck from Straight Up Tennessee joining us. Has excellent content. I'm excited to hear what he has to say. I'm excited to hear what Timmy G has to say. And JPatt might be joining us a little bit later on, but not quite sure on that. But we're really excited to hear what y'all have to say. We have a poll up. I'm going to check on that here in just a few. But I want to kind of start off with just opening thoughts. Y'all please do make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And then also Ruck, he's going to have his chat right after this one. So make sure to go and check him out. They're going to have a whole lot of good information for you. But, I want to get to everybody's opening thoughts on this matchup because there's several storylines that we could all talk about. But I'm just going to give mine real quick, very, very briefly. As I've stated, I feel a lot more confident. It feels like every day that I'm watching more film, I'm learning more about this Oklahoma offense and defense. I feel more confident. The crazy thing for me is at this point, I know that our defense really has to step up. They haven't played well. But I don't even think that that's the toughest matchup for us. I think that as far as from a coaching standpoint, the harder job is on the offense because this is a good defense. Yep. From what I've seen, I think that this is the best defense that we faced so far. But sure. I want to get to y'all's thoughts. So I'm going to start off with Ruck.
Yeah, man, this is going to be I've said this all week. This is the battle that we thought it was going to be. But we didn't know that it would have as much implication on it as it does, right? Both teams sitting at the same record. Both teams really haven't had that signature win. You know what I mean? This is the signature win for both programs. And, you go to OU last year with all of the history with Josh Heupel and the University of Oklahoma. You go in there, you still won. We really took our foot off the gas, if we want to be honest, right? Now you get this team again, but you get them at home. Dark mode, kneeling at night, everything is in your hands, Tennessee. I said this in the pre-show when we talked. I think you get a few stops, you win this football game. But can we do that? That's my question.
Cool. So Timmy G, what's your thoughts, bro?
Well, we're going to watch the battle of some number ones, right? But number one offense in the SEC versus the number one defense in the SEC, It kneeling at night, bro. It's what college football is all about. It is going to be wild. It is a huge recruiting weekend for Tennessee. Yeah, getting some really important visitors are going to be there. Mr. Is it George's?
Yep.
Mr. George's
DGG.
His second trip here in a month, right? Isn't it? I think it's going to be in a month. He was here in October, and now early October, and now he's going to be here again for this game. So that's pretty good, right? Because that's pretty cool. But man, I'm excited for this game, and like you said, Bull, I think it's the big matchup in this game is going to be the Tennessee offensive line versus the Oklahoma defensive four. They blitz a lot. We know that they're going to stunt. They're going to see blitzes. We're going to see it's going to be a wild game. Hopefully, Neyland is just going to be liquored up and loud, and I wish I was going to be there for it, but hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, man, I wish that I could be there too. I know that we all wish that we could be there, but for anybody that is actually going, man, you got to be rowdy. You know what I'm saying? You really do, because that's such a big part in this game. The fan, this is when the fans can actually help while you're there. So hopefully, Neyland's going to step up to the challenge. I do think dark mode, playing at night, like both of y'all said, I think that's going to help him out. So I want to kind of start some things off here, and we will get to the chat. Actually, let me start off with this one right here. We're going to try to get to every single chat, especially if you get here early. But from my dog, G White, been a long-time member. So actually, P, he had a channel first. This was years ago, back during COVID. But G was part of that channel, and he's kind of migrated over. But I mean, he's been rocking us for such a long time. So thank you, G. Thank you to all the members. Thank you to everybody who's watching. But G saying, "Let's go Big Orange." Definitely love that energy. And y'all, where I want to start off at. All right, so there's a couple of things here that I want to talk about because we're focusing on Tennessee's offense, versus the Oklahoma defense, and that's not fully where we're going to be starting off at. But I do want to talk about this one part because I talked about it earlier today. I think that the tempo thing, I think that honestly speaking, it's more of like a gimmick. I think that Tennessee's graduated past that. It's what you do when you're the less talented team. But once you are talented, you can look at the NFL or think about Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning, they'd get up to the line of scrimmage quick, but he'd take forever, moving, motion, all that, trying to figure out what's the defense doing, where's the blitz is coming from. let me like diagnose everything, and then let me get my chess pieces to know where I want them going because I see some holes. That's where we're at now. That's what we're going to have to do because going fast might not work. And I'm just showing y'all what Ole Miss did. So a couple things here. Number one, the Ole Miss tempo up to the Oklahoma game, they would snap the football on average with 17.7 seconds left in the play clock. Now, versus Oklahoma, they slowed it down to 12 seconds. So they took about 5 to 6 seconds off. All right. In Tennessee's, Tennessee's snapping with about 18 seconds left on the play clock. So, what that did for them, obviously, is, they went from 77.4 snaps on offense to 86. All right. Which for Oklahoma, there were, averaging 64.4 snaps on defense. You see, they got about 20 more snaps, 20 plus more snaps on defense in this game. And then on the opposite side of it, Ole Miss's defense was used to getting about 70 snaps per game. That went down to 60. And then OU's offense was used to getting 71 snaps. And obviously that went down to 60. So it went down by like 10. So the whole point here, y'all, is if we can slow the tempo down, I think that helps us out, and it looks like JPatt just joined us. Let me add him on to the party. What's going on, bro?
How you doing, my friend? Can you hear me good?
Yes, sir. So I'm going to get to your thoughts here in just a second, but I wanted to put this graphic up for everybody just to see it and understand why I said what I said earlier today about maybe slowing things down, man, because Tennessee's defense is on the field more than any other defense in the country. Most of that is really on the offense, the tempo that we like to run and scoring really quickly. But then some of it is also, hey, the defense has to get off the field, but it works hand in hand. Whenever you're tired, it's tough for you to make the stops, especially deep into the game. So what are y'all's thoughts on this? And actually, JPatt, if you're ready, I can get kind of like your opening thoughts on this matchup.
Absolutely. So to me, I think the first thing, exactly what you're saying right now, we've got to get our guys a little bit more time on not on the field, our time of possession. We need to work on that. We need to do even if it's just some more sustained drives. We got to get our defense because our depth in the secondary is already slim, and those guys that's a lot of running. You got to chase a wide receiver. You got to chase, contact, all of that, and we've got to be able to give those guys time that they're not out there on the burn. And also, Oklahoma's got this newly discovered running back that they just come out with. And shut this off. My apologies, but we've got to be able to stop that. That's a newer wrinkle that they've got coming in to this week that they just kind of discovered in the fourth quarter against Ole Miss. And then we got to be able to we got to get off of the field on third down. Our guys get off the field on third down. I think that's going to be tremendous for us. So it's kind of just a quick overview while I collect myself. I literally just ran in the door.
We just got a house tour.
This is my new house, man.
We went from one end to the other, brother.
I'm moving, brother. You can see all the chaos in my kitchen right now. So.
Hey, look, it's all good. And look, very, very happy for you. I know that's a huge thing. You know what I'm saying? Moving and all of that. So shouts out to you. But let me, and I'm going to get to y'all's thoughts as well, but let me get to these chats real quick. We're actually going to move this thing right back. Okay. Let me switch it. See if I can get this right. All right, there we go. All right, boom. So let me tap into the chats. Let me tap into these chats real quick. So I've got this one is from, it looks like JS, saying that he can't wait, that him and his wife will be there, and that they're going to be loud. Love to see that. And y'all have been season ticket holders since the Garantano era. All right, so that's definitely dope. Happy to see that. Definitely happy to hear it. Thank you for joining us. And Matt SS, appreciate you, bro. Saying that he just got back from Waffle House.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Love that. All right, Kevin. Thank you. All right. This one is from Alexander. He said that he heard that Oklahoma's quarterback also has been dealing with a sprained knee. Wow, I haven't heard that, but that's not good for them, obviously, and that our defensive line needs to put the pressure on them. That's a fact. This one from G-Force. Thank you, G-Force. Saying he's feeling the Vols by double scores this week. Oh, man, love that. GBO. All right. Matt's also saying where's Hood at currently, making me nervous. So I think that he's going to end up being fine. That's about the best I can tell you right now. Obviously, things can change at any point. Let me get JPatt back in the house. All right. And this one is saying that we might have two freshman DBs playing, and that we might play zone 75% of the game. I don't think that that's going to happen. I think that worst case, if Colton Hood can't go, you move J-Mac over to one of the other corners, and then you say, boo, you got to step up for us playing this start. I think that that's what would happen. All right, and we're going to take a break from the chat real quick because I want to get to everybody's thoughts. So we're going to start off right here with Timmy G. So, Tim, what's your thoughts on what we just said about the tempo? Do you think that we should go tempo, or do you think that we shouldn't, or do you think that we should mix it up kind of like how we've done so far?
I think mix it up. I mean, do it if it's working for you, right? I mean, that's kind of the way we should be. Number one, I think to effectively run tempo, you have to be good at establishing first downs and picking up, good plays. You're not running tempo when you're 3rd and freaking 8, or when you're in bad situations. That's when you want to slow it down. That's when you want to be like, hey, let's make sure we get the right play here because we're going to need it. If it's beneficial, then do it. If not, then don't. That's the only thing I can say to that. If we're picking up good chunk yards and you're really wearing those guys down, look, their defensive line is fairly intimidating. But you know what? If we see some guys with hands on hips, put the foot on the gas pedal and let's go, right? Mm-hmm. So, I think it just depends on the situation, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that makes perfect sense. So, Ruck, what's your thoughts, brother?
Yeah, very similar. I mean, if you go back, I'm just going to go back to the first drive of last week with Kentucky, right? Your tempo, then you hit a comeback route over there, left side of the field to Mike Matthews. He gets busy. We get a first down, right? Now, we're tempo those first 3 plays. Boom, boom, boom. First down, we didn't like the look. We slow it down. Now, second down, you hit them again. Boom. Now we get a first down. First down again. And now it's second and whatever. And the defense for Kentucky is looking at each other like, I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea. And what happens? We run an over route, Brazzle right there, touchdown, right? Joey takes the hit in the pocket, stays patient. And this is just an example, right, of slowing down and speeding up at the same time. And it's crazy that we still scored in 1 minute and 36 seconds.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, well, when you got dudes, when you got Brazzle, you got Staley, you got Mike, sometimes you just got to let them play. And if you score in 1.5 minutes, like, we got to live with it. But I think that we have been intentionally doing it, and I'm loving it. I do wish, Bull, one thing that I would say is I wish that we wouldn't just get to tempo or like slow the tempo down on third downs, right? It seems like every third down is when we're like, all right, let's really take our time here. But last week against Kentucky, we saw it on second down even. We're like, hold on. Like, we're seeing something. I'm like, if we can get in that's what Lane did all week last week, and it killed Ole Miss's our OU's defense. So, yeah, you just got to slow it down and let those coaches coach, man. If they seeing it from up top, let's go get it.
Yeah, man, look, I think that y'all just always bring excellent points. But, yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm not saying don't ever go tempo, but we have to make it work for us, right? Like, that's just where I'm at. And I feel like this staff understands it because they've kind of shown that over the course of the year. Y'all had pointed out some excellent things that we've done previously. So I'm going to get back to the chat because I want to stay on top of this. So Matt is giving a shout out to JPatt. This one from Chatsworth. Appreciate you, Chatsworth. And then this one right here from Mike saying, what's going on to us? What's going on with you, bro? He's saying to keep the big plays to a minimum and have the best special teams play ever. Yeah, I would love to see special teams step up for us for sure. I have a couple more things that I want to get to, y'all. So let's go ahead and jump back into this. All right, so let's start talking about, Tennessee's defense versus the Oklahoma offense. Y'all kind of gave y'all's opening thoughts on it, but y'all can see the stats here. This is an offense that not really too great at anything. I think that since the quarterback came back, he doesn't look quite the same. But I was really worried about their offense, y'all, until I started to actually study it, and I realized, well, it's not that much. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really not that much to it. some things that have given us trouble previously, but I think that Tennessee will be up to the task. And actually, let me pause that for just a second.
Yes, sir.
Let me get to this super chat from my dog 10 Vols 1084 for 1999. Thank you so much for that, bro. He's saying go Vols, and he thinks that Joey throws for 250, 3 tugs, and Bishop brings in 2 touchdowns, and Star one or maybe one. All right, or one from the field, maybe. So Vols win 45-28. Bro, I would love to see that, and I ain't gonna hold you. You know, hey, look, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm kind of starting to feel about that confident too. Thank you so much, bro. All right, so we're gonna get to a few more of these here in just a second, but just like with these stats, I know that y'all have all seen this, obviously because we've already gone through it. Do y'all have any comments here? Any thoughts?
I just love that preseason. It's all John Mateer this, John Mateer that. And this happened with Oklahoma last year, guys. If you really remember it, they really struggled all year long, but they really started to struggle after game number 7. It's when that schedule got better. That schedule got a little more gruesome for them. And right now you're seeing that. And offensively, I don't understand. I mean, it must show you how bad Michael Hawkins is if they're literally playing John Mateer 5 weeks out from a surgery on a thumb, like on your throwing hand. You haven't played the same since that moment. I mean, I don't know if y'all saw that Hail Mary last week. I don't think he even threw it 45 yards. Like it was, It was terrible. I was like, the arm strength is not the same. He's still got that. He still has a cannon for an arm, but it's not the same. And so I really do believe, man, offensively for OU, I think that they'll still get yards just based off of what we've been able to do defensively. We haven't proven that we can get stops consistently, but I think if our defense can really adapt, bend, and don't break, like, hey, get you a couple first downs. But if we're getting off the field and forcing punts at some point in the drive, I'm counting them as wins. That's what I'm really looking for. And I think that now you can. And I know, like you said, Timmy G, Robinson, the guy that they've just somehow found out that can play running back last week. I'm interested to see if he can do it again. And I think that's another challenge, because if Tennessee can stop that run, like we pretty much, Alabama, we did a really good job in that realm. Can we do it again? Can we do it in another big game like this, dark mode? I just think the environment, the magnitude of this game, these guys are going to play with a little more juice. So I'm anxious to see that battle for real.
Yeah. So let me just for 1 second, y'all. Pat, just give me a thumbs up if you can hear us. Everything good? Yes. Okay. All right. I'm just making sure. So I'm gonna tap back into the chat here for just a second, and then I'm gonna get to Pat, and then we're gonna go to Timmy G, and then we're gonna go on to the next one. All right. Loving all the energy. So G saying that if Oklahoma loses this game convincingly, is Brent Venables done at OU after the season? I think that's a really good question. We can get to that in just a second, or you know what? Maybe we can go to that now. If y'all don't have any more thoughts on this, do y'all want to go ahead and talk about that? Pat, we could start off with your thoughts on
it. Go ahead. What was that? One more time. I just fixed my earpiece. So.
Okay, yeah. So G White is basically saying that if Oklahoma loses in like a dominant fashion, is Brent Venables going to get fired, or do you think that they're going to hold on to him?
That's what so I was I was on Ruck's the other day. I was actually mowing and I was on Ruck's chat the other day, and I said that exact same thing. Like, if something happens with Venables, I wouldn't mind. Like, and this ain't no shade on Tim Banks, but when you got Venables, like, look what he did at Clemson. Like, he owns that whole like East Coast area. And with the connection to Heupel that he has already, like, what would him and Heupel do together? You know what I mean? Or even if he just come in as an analyst or something like that, like. Yeah, I think that because like Oklahoma's defense this year, when they first started coming out, they were huge. Like they were shutting everything down. They were, and then it literally like they're in like a slump, like a MLB, like a batter or something. Like they're just literally like the offense, the defense, like nothing seems to be firing. And they called it like I don't know these other like people call it like Mateer magic or whatever. Like this dude hurt his thumb, and then all of a sudden the whole team it's not like clicking. That don't make sense. So no, like I don't know. Like with this year, we've already got Brian Kelly. We've got James Franklin. That one blew my mind when they fired James Franklin. But everybody else. So like it's just, hey, if they fire him, you know what I mean? Like there's 26 more jobs going to be open. It looks like by the end of the next week. So who knows? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you know what? I'm gonna say this very, very quickly. I think that this is a bad time to be trying to fire coaches. You got LSU, Florida; those are two great jobs. Penn State. It's not the best time. And then also, I'm not sure if Venables would come coach with Coach Heupel. I don't think that they like each other. Honestly, I think that there's some bad blood there from what I've heard.
Okay.
But I would like to get Tim's thoughts on it.
Well, I'll tell you, nobody hated the Brian Kelly firing more than Florida fans. Because they thought they had it. They were like, hey, look, we got it. It's wide open. We can. Oh,
I live amongst these fools
too.
Oh, man.
Hey, I love it. It's college football, man. It's wild. Like, you just don't know. I mean, and I'll be honest though, if I was Brian Kelly, I would have woke up happy the next day. You're paying me $50 million so I can go out and get another job tomorrow? What? Sign me up. Sign me up, man. Jimbo Fisher counting 90-something million, or how much ever his buyout was.
77,
Yeah, he said no, he's probably bought his own damn island somewhere. That's what I would do. Like
me too.
Like, what a job, right? You're so bad you get fired, you get paid that you're just
literally
live the rest of your generational wealth. Like it's so wild, man. But look, it is what it is. I don't know. I think the thing with Venables for me is okay, if Tennessee like beats the living breaks off of him, yeah, maybe, but it's going to depend on how he does for the rest of the season, right? Whether he stays or doesn't. And I don't know. It's hard for me to gauge another fan base's pulse when I don't keep up with them as much, and I don't hear the chatter and the radio and all the stuff. But man, I ain't got enough time for all that. I'm listening to my Tennessee all the time, I ain't got time. I ain't some creepy Vandy stalker. So yeah, but
Pavia going on in your mind.
Oh my God, I don't even want to get on that subject. It's anyway, yeah. I don't know, man. Possibly. I mean, he could be looking for a new job. We'll see. I do think I think he's one of the best defensive coordinators around, in my opinion, from what he's done in the past, and even what he's done at LSU, or not LSU, but at Oklahoma. Every year he shows up, his defense is legit, right? The fundamentals look good. That's something. Tennessee, can we tackle? Right, like, I mean, what's
basic stuff, right?
Oh man, there's nothing that chaps me more than that. Like, that's the fundamental stuff. That's the stuff you've been doing since you were, since you started playing. Like, that's the basics. Can we do the basics, right? And normally, if you can do that, that's what makes a really good team, right? It's about the small things, executing, being in the right spot, tackling. Tackling is massively important, but yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see. It's a SEC. Anything can happen. Oklahoma. You thought, welcome to the SEC, bro. This is what it's like every year. You probably thought it was going to be great. Texas probably did too, and now look. It's the SEC. It's a freaking gauntlet every year. We all just beat the living hell out of each other, and the Big Ten just sits up there and enjoys it.
Yeah. So, Ruck, do you have any thoughts on this subject, man?
Y'all hit it all. I think it has to be convincing, and then they got to lose a couple more. But they'd be crazy to fire him. I don't think he's been there long enough. He does have a lot of talent, so that would kind of be strange of them to let him go. But we've seen stranger things so far in 2025. So.
Yeah. For sure.
If they fire him, they need to bring in an offensive before they fire him, they need to bring in different offensive analysts or something because defense really isn't their problem. I don't think at all. Like, they've got a good, strong defense, so that'd be stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. And the last little thing that I was going to say here, I just kind of like lost my train of thought on it. But either way, let's go on ahead and move on. Let me get back to this. Let me pull this right back up. Let me tap back into the chat. I want to make sure that we really stay on top of it tonight, because I know we get into the topics and sometimes we get sidetracked, or I get sidetracked. Sorry for that, y'all. But Tin Balls is talking about Arch Manning too. Yeah. So earlier we were touching on quarterbacks. Like OU's quarterback preseason, everybody was talking about him. Same thing about Arch. I was high on Arch. I still think that from a skill set standpoint, he looks good. I think that some of it with him is similar to with like Tennessee last year, where their offensive system, people have figured it out. I never liked Sark's system. I think it's too much spinning around in circles and all of that, and then trying to make plays. But he's also saying that, Joey, he looks totally different now with Tennessee. I love the way that we've changed up things. It feels like we're playing more to his strengths, which is shouts out to the staff. And yes, the tables have most definitely turned. This one also from Tin Balls saying that he doesn't think that Joey is getting the conference or national exposure for how well he's playing.
100%.
That's something else. Yeah, like so.
100%.
Y'all give y'all's thoughts on that too, just kind of like quickly, and what y'all think about Joey and how he's not really getting too much love. And Tim, you were starting to talk, so go ahead and take it, bro.
Dude, Joey has been better than we ever imagined. We thought he was going to be when we were coming in, right? I mean, there's no way any of us, and if you did say that, I'm probably going to question your judgment overall. If you were just, you're probably one of those guys, it's always going to be there, right? But look, nobody expected a kid from App State. Don't get me wrong. We knew he was a gunslinger and we knew he could sling it. But that Kentucky game, he's gotten better as the year has went on. The kid is only improving. That was by far his best game, I believe. 20 for 26? He was 100% on 20-yard plus throws, right? 6 for 6 and 20-yard plus throws.
Yeah.
His deep ball, his freaking deep ball is getting better. Like, dude, the upgrade we got from last year, there's going to be a 30 for 30 about the Nico shit, and there deserves to be one because we won. We won the trade. There's no doubt. There's no thank you. Thank you for what? Thank you. Just thank you. That's all I'm saying. Look,
appreciate it.
Yeah, the kid has been amazing. He's only getting better. You can tell the teammates love the guy. Right? Everybody says the same thing about this guy. He's so humble. He's so nice. You see him. He's just, man, it's the dude is living the dream. He got the dream got dropped in his lap, and he was ready to quit football. And this, it's an amazing story. I mean, so's Deshaun Bishop. Deshaun Bishop, amazing story, right? Like a kid that didn't he take like 2 years off or something, and then he was a walk-on, and just like this amazing story.
He was a preferred walk-on, yeah.
Yeah, preferred walk-on, right? And look at the kid, man. He's obviously he's definitely established himself as the number one back this deep into the season. Don't get me wrong, I like Peyton. I think Peyton Lewis is really showing some growth past couple games. I think he's doing well too. But and Star had a decent game last game, but I don't know, man. Joey's been amazing. He's not getting the exposure he's getting. Compares his stats to Pavia's. It's not even freaking close.
Yeah.
He in the Kentucky game alone, he outperformed him in 2 of his games combined. Like the past 2 games, if you put them both together, I think Pavia had like 400 and something yards, 402, it was something. Joey had 396 in the Kentucky game, bro. Like with 0 interceptions, just like he's balling out, and everybody's overlooking him, and it is what it is. But you know what? If I was him, I wouldn't have it any other way. That's fire. That's fuel. If you're a competitor, if you're a player, disrespect me and see what happens. Right? Like if you're a competitor, you probably live for that. Nothing I hate more than when they put Tennessee as the favorite and the number one. Oh, please don't do that. Please don't do that. I don't like it when that happens. Anyways, that's what I got, man. Sorry to ramble.
Yeah, no, I thought that those were good points. Ruck, do you have any thoughts on that?
I'm just gonna say for everybody, just stay on that side. Stay on that side. Stay on that side. If that's how you've seen what his production has been like. He's number one in the SEC in passing yards for a reason. That's not a fluke. So just stay on that side, man.
Yeah. Pat, do you have any thoughts on that?
Just a simple, like, quick add to what Timmy G said. Like, Joey Aguilar, he's like the epitome of what like it represents to be, and what we think of as a Tennessee ball. Like, this is a humble young man who fought, who pushed, strived, like, and he's persevering now. Like he's there. This is like, he deserves every bit of what he's getting. He deserves every bit of what's coming, and he's not getting what he should be told. The things that are being said, like, because there was all this national, the pundits or whatever, like, all talk about interceptions. Like, he had, zero guys blocking for him. Like, every play when he played, like, the first year at App State, he had some better linemen. The second year, he had nothing. Like, every play he's getting hit. This kid's tough. And even right now, even the Kentucky game, he's getting hit. He's getting hit but he waits until that wide receiver's got that extra step, that he's already got that one step, but he's waiting until that next step, and then he sends the ball and he drops it right there, like his deep ball. Like, to me, he's only thrown 2 interceptions this year. The other ones were not on him, and like that Alabama one, he should put a little air. The Georgia one, same thing, But it is what it is when you got a guy like that. Like, that's who I wanted, like Merklinger to be before we got Aguilar. I thought Merklinger is kind of like that gunslinger. Just watching his film, his high school film, I thought he was kind of a gunslinger kind of quarterback. But he's older, he's more mature, and the kid's humble, man. Like, and I got nothing but respect for him, man. Like, and I hope him, like, all the success. Like, and I see him going to the NFL. Like he should. Like, he's got the intelligence, he's got the ability, he's got the humility. I think that's nothing but positive for the, as far as recruiting moving forward for Tennessee, everything. And like I said, man, I couldn't be happier than to have Joey Aguilar as our quarterback.
For sure. You know what? And we are going to get right back to the chat. I'm going to try to go through this real quick. But it's funny, Pat, because whenever I think about Tennessee, I'm thinking about Carl Pickens, ball up in the air, high stepping. I'm thinking about Peerless, Price, and Copeland, high five. I'm thinking about the defense.
Yes, Marcus Nash.
Yeah, so, like, I don't necessarily, and I totally get what you're saying, but I guess, like, my thought of Tennessee is more like what most people would consider like the U back in the day to be, where, man, like, we're going to play hard. We're going to play with an attitude, and maybe not so much like meek and humble, but it's just funny how people see things differently. But I
was talking about the people, not the play. I was talking about the people in the state. You know what I mean? The fans, like they the hard working, working in the mines and stuff in East Tennessee and stuff like that. Like, just that humility.
For
the people, they can relate to that humility that young man shows. You know what I mean? Like, like, he's going to be loved. You know what I mean?
Yes. And so, look, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying that, like, my first thought whenever I think about Tennessee, it's just like a little bit different from what you said. But let me go ahead and get into this just like real quick, just like an overview of what their offense likes to do. They're going to spread the field out, not like super wide, but they're going to spread it out with speed. They have small wide receivers, very, very versatile running game. They like to throw the football deep. They like to throw screens. A lot of stuff comes to the middle. So, like, the deep stuff is more to the outside. Y'all can see the weaknesses. This has been up for a long time. So I'm going to move on to this, okay? And we're going to have to try to make this big. And hopefully y'all can still hear everything that we're saying here. But this right here, okay, this is what Ole Miss's offense did versus Oklahoma. This is how their passing map looked. That first bottom row, that's going to be everything that is behind the line of scrimmage. And then that second row is from 0 to 10 yards. That third one is 10 to 20. And then the big ones up top, that's everything past that. That's 20 plus. So from the left and the right side, okay, the outside, the very outside, that's the sideline. To the next thing, that's the numbers. then it goes to the hash and all of the middle stuff, just so people know what we're looking at. But this is where they threw the football at. And what I found interesting is, again, this is just Ole Miss versus Oklahoma. How things look, y'all can see the hot spots. Y'all can see the stats. This is Joey Aguilar's over the course of the year. I noticed it looks very, very similar, right? So this gave me a lot of confidence in, how this matchup could potentially end up playing out. So this is definitely something that I wanted for y'all to see. But, with all that being said, let's jump back into the chat, okay? Because I do want to stay on top of that. And where are we at right now?
Matt, I think it's dark mode.
Yep. All right. Thank you, Tim. So this one is saying dark mode, night game. I'm pumped. I am too, bro. I think all of us are, right? This one from G. He said he would love to see Venables here at Tennessee as the defensive coordinator. Yeah, I think that if they could get along, I think that would be maybe a pretty good move. Matt, he's saying personally, I don't want Skeletor. Hey man, why you gotta do him like that?
Dude, I was laughing. That's why you saw me chuckling about 3 minutes ago. I saw that chat and I was
that's crazy.
I couldn't hold it.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's good, Matt.
So this one from 10 Vols, he's asking me and everybody else, who do I think is going to come after Coach Heupel, offering him a new job? So I've heard some rumblings about. I've heard some rumblings about LSU, but I wouldn't be surprised if several people try to come after him because he's done a good job here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, I think we've had 10-win seasons, every season except for one, or maybe two. So it's just
two.
Outstanding or two. Okay, two of them.
We had a non-win with Milton, but
yeah. But even still, right? Like we're always right in that mix. But who do y'all think might? And shoot, if Venables goes, then Oklahoma's coming at the hype. And I've said it previously. I wouldn't be shocked if he tries to go to Oklahoma if they come calling. So I think as a Tennessee fan, you want for them to hold on to Venables. But what are y'all's thoughts on this matter? I'm going to start off with you, Ruck.
Yeah, there's obviously going to be some calls, right? But if everything that we know and that we've heard from Heupel is there's nothing better, right? This is the standard. This is college football at its finest, right? He said that multiple times about the University of Tennessee. There's nothing like Rocky Top. And, they've been after emotional wins or an emotional thing, right? So that's the thing to say. I think that it would really be a hard thing for him to leave. I think with this, like, man, you've built something special and it's not done. You haven't seen the product finished. So why leave an unfinished product for something that you got to start over at? That's just kind of where I'm at with it. People are definitely going to call, though, and I think it's going to be about Heupel and kind of what he feels is best for his family. I've hit this place, bro, in life where I'm like, man, if you think it's best for your family, go. But if it's not, and what your word is what all we know, you want to be here in Knoxville. We keep extending you, so it's obviously that you do want to be here. So we'll see what happens, man. I think we'll see what happens.
Yeah, man, you know what? I love what you just said, bro, because that's peace. That's called finding peace. That's like, bro, like things just are what they are. You're happy for people to do what's best for them. I love what you just said because that's the type of energy that I personally like to live by. Tim, do you have any thoughts on that?
The Oklahoma thing, man, I don't know. As long as the Stoops is involved, that there would have to be some serious makeup sessions out there for Heupel to want to go out there. That's just a thing. Because you say it's rumored with him and Venables. Well, I'll tell you one that's not rumored, and that's Stoops, and we all know that, right? There's no love there. There's no love in Oklahoma. Isn't that the song?
Ain't no love in Oklahoma.
Yeah. Yeah, but man, I don't know. Look, I'm sure a lot of people will probably offer him, but I think we know who's everybody's. Lane Kiffin's fax machine is probably blowing up from some offers this year. Which I think Heupel is equally as good, but for whatever reason, I think one reason because I think everybody knows Lane's door is always open. He's got a U-Haul.
Always.
He just bought one. He doesn't rent one anymore. He's got one parked around back just waiting. He's got the suitcases by the door. Like I don't know. I don't know if he would or not. That would be up to him. I mean, they would have to offer him something crazy, and I don't know if that would even work with the whole Stoops thing. There's some bad blood there. Maybe if Stoops wasn't there, maybe, but I don't know. He says he likes it here, and I kind of go with what a little bit of what Ruck said with what all he's already done. Right? Would you want to leave to go somewhere else? And he already knows one thing that Tennessee has going for him here is the upper management. Right? You've got three people that are really moving the program in the same direction. President, I forget his name. Dude's running decathlons all the damn time.
I don't know.
very wealthy man. He's the president of UT. Then you got under him, you've got Donde Plowman, and then you've got the AD Danny White.
Oh,
right?
Randy Boyd.
Randy Boyd.
That's his name. Yep.
Randy Boyd.
Underground electric fencing. I think he made $1 billion off that, selling it to Lowe's.
Hey, boy.
Yeah, something to do with
Whole bunch
PetSmart.
of money.
Anyway, a lot of money. Yes.
Yeah.
He's a very, very successful businessman, which means he's very smart and makes good decisions generally. And you've got the upper management of UT that is, if you know when you've got that here, that's the one of the problems of other schools is they don't have that there, right? Nothing makes a job bad than a bad boss.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So
for sure. All right, so we got to get to this, y'all, real quick because the injuries have come out. All right, so we're gonna go through this real quick. So as far as for this is obviously Oklahoma. Who's out for them? I don't see anybody that's of like real note to me, just not off the top. I could be off on that. If y'all are Oklahoma fans, y'all can chime in and say, yeah, this person being out might be bad for us. But I'm not, oh, wow. So this right here, doubtful. So 66. I know that he was splitting time with number 70, who's the freshman at right tackle. That's a huge thing because I think that 66 was a lot better than number 70 playing at right tackle. Maybe that's why he didn't play so much last week. I mean, listen, don't want anybody to ever be injured, but I'm just saying that's a pretty key injury. All right, so everybody else for them, really nothing else to me that looks like it's number 9. I think that he's one of their guys. Oh, wow, this is their starting Mike, and then this is the backup left tackle who's rotated in with the other freshman. So, yeah, pretty serious. But let's take a look at Tennessee. All right, so they do have Mod out. All right, so Mod is out for this week. I know everyone's been waiting on that, but he is out. And then you've got AC. He's questionable. So I guess like with these injuries, I would like to get y'all's thoughts on that. And not Ruck. Well, actually, you know what, Ruck? Did you have to skate out, bro?
Oh, definitely talk about this one though.
My bad.
No, this is great. No, this is great because I think Gentry Williams, right? Gentry Williams, the DB, he was a huge transfer for them a few years back. Him not being available potentially. That questionable, y'all, I've come to find questionable is like, we just trying to put somebody in a place. Like they probably shouldn't play, but we're going to let them decide. And so, I mean, that's huge as well with McKenzie and Howland because like you mentioned, Bull, like that's their starting Mike and the guy that's been rotating in with the other cat. I don't know who they're going to roll out there at offensive line at this point. But you look at our side, you know, you're here today that JPatt McCoy is practicing in pads, which is awesome. You know, I actually went to the Tennessee and Duke basketball game on Sunday and saw JPatt there. And so got to chop it up, just say what's up. And after we were done talking, he was sitting kind of behind me. Man, he was running up the stairs like he was hitting stadium. So I was like, man, this dude is good. So like, dude, he's fine. But I know with the ACS different, man. It's that lateral stuff. So he's gonna be fine. I think it could be wicked season to see if he can get back late in this year. Him Hood, man, that could be scary. But like you mentioned with the AC injury, I don't want him to play. Yeah, I would much rather say, hey, man, did you see what Perlotti was able to do? Have you seen what Edwin Spillman is able to do out there? Let these guys continue to play in big games now, like one like this. And AC, man, just lead us from the side, man. Lead us because we are going to need you if we're going to make a playoff run. So I would say, man, just sit this one out. I know you want to play, but I don't want to see it get worse, man.
Yeah, I am right there with you. And Ruck, let me know if you have to skate, brother.
Yeah, I'm skating now, y'all. You know, we live in 15. So yeah, stay here, people. Stay here. And we'll see you in about 20 minutes or so. So
right on.
Yeah. So hey, listen, make sure to go check Ruck out. His YouTube channel is called Straight Up Tennessee. Excellent content. No, pretty much just like carry over this conversation there.
For
So
sure.
Ruck, as always, appreciate you, bro.
Peace, y'all.
Later, brother.
All right. So what are y'all's thoughts? I'm gonna get to you, Pat, because I didn't get to you on one of the other things, but you already know like we got to try to get through everything. But Pat, what are your kind of thoughts on the injuries and all of
that? So like I was hoping like Mob would be able to at least at some point this year come back and like if he's out there like he's doing practices. I saw Austin Price talking about how he was out and he's practices, he's in pad. He's still got to get some burn in game. Like practicing, that's a whole different ball game than it is out there turning and burning. And playing DB, like you're constant. Like there's a whole lot of twist on those knees, man. It's a whole lot of running, like back pedal, rotate. Hips got to turn. There's a lot of stress on those knees. It's usually on the MCL, PCL. Like the ACL, that happens like a lot of time. Like when I had mine, it was off of a stop. Like I tried to stop too hard, my foot buried, and boom. You know what I mean? But either way, like I as long as Colton Hood's good, like I think that we're going to be fine. Like Tyler Redmond has truly impressed me this year. Like, and I know they target the hell out of that young man. Like, and they really going to. If he's young, so like they see that as a weakness because of his youth. But like as long as we got Hood and Redmond out there, William Wright, he's been on the scene for a minute. Like he's not like the upper echelon as far as his star status or whatever they call it. But but he's got the experience. Like he's been with this team for a minute. He's been with Tim Banks for a minute, so he knows what to do. And I think that helps a lot.
So hold on one second because you did hit on something. I'm not sure if Ruck was able to hit on that because he might have overlooked it because I kind of did too. Colton Hood's not on this injury list, y'all. Colton Hood's not on there. So Colton Hood's going to be
exactly.
So that's huge. But I'm also just throw this out there real quick that I love William Wright. I just think that we're not doing him any favors playing him at corner. I think that we have to get more help. And that's the same thing. You were saying that same thing. But I think we have to get something out of Boo Carter playing at star so that JPatt can go play a corner for us. Because I think the Colton Hood's going to need some help, right?
He has to. The thing, like with me, like too, like what I saw with Boo in that Kentucky game, it was upsetting, man. Like I don't know, like I don't know the dynamic. I don't know what's going on. And I know the stuff in the beginning of the year and everything. Like I don't know what's going on, but like I saw a whole lot of Boo Carter, like it just literally looks like he's just out there almost like he's playing in practice. And like, I don't know, like that kid was amazing last year as a kid. He's a true freshman out there killing it last year. And it just doesn't seem like the same young man is playing. And I really like him being a, right down the street, 70 miles away or 81, whatever it is, Chattanooga boy, like, I like that's the dream, you know what I mean, for an East Tennessee guy, that area, seeing somebody from there. It's like Deshaun Bishop, like you were talking about earlier, Timmy G, like Karn's not, right there in Knoxville, but Boo just doesn't seem like his heart's in it anymore. Almost like it's just like he's just there. He's waiting for his chance to skate up on out of there because he's pissed off or whatever he's mad about. Like I don't know, but. Like if he's not going to give that effort, if he's not going to put in the work and do it and play to his full potential, and it's not helping him doing what he's doing right now, like he gave up, like on it was a busted coverage that one of the touchdowns Kentucky made on the pass play. It was a busted coverage on his part, and then he gave up. Like he didn't even try to catch him. Like Colton Hood on that one, like he was chasing dude down. If he had about 3 more yards, he would have got that guy, but. Boo Carter, he just like at the 20-yard line, he just kind of let up and didn't care. Like it was disheartening. And exactly what you're saying, like JPatt, he needs some help there. why aren't we putting William Wright right there? Why is he not playing? Is he not able to? Is he not got the? I don't know. Like, and tackling is terrible. Like, apparently, like, we got to get rid of these little tackling dummies that we got. We got to get some heavier tackling dummies. That way, the guys can hit that and wrap it up at least. That way, they can flip it over on the practice match for the 3 minutes of practice that we get to see on film or whatever. But I'd really love to see. I'd really love to see William Wright playing a different position like that. Idris Farouk took a good step against Kentucky. Like, he's still got some things. Turrenton, like, as far as our back end, like, we've got some dudes, especially like Tyler Redmond coming up, Trey Forte, Tim Merritt. Those guys, I think, like, we've got a good future there, but we've got to get that star in our safety. Like, our safety position, I don't care what it costs in the portal, go get somebody. Like, at the end of this year, we got to get somebody in the back end and then, like, give some help.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
I'm about to went off the subject a little bit. My apologies.
Yeah, no. So look, let me get to Tim, because we still got like all those chats. We got to get to all those chats. So sorry, Tim, but I did want to get your thoughts on what do you see with those injuries?
Well, the most important thing you said is Colton Hood's not on that list, right?
Yeah.
All those are guys that we expected on that list. Look, the fact that JPatt is even in practice should make you extremely happy. Like, it's just, you should be stoked, because I didn't think we would see that this year at all. So that means he wants to come back. He wants to play. Look, hunker down, get this win, and you might see him by the Florida game, maybe. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm hoping that that's the case. It feels like maybe that is the case. I'm actually about to switch this stand back over. Oh, hold on one second. Let me get Pat back in here. All right, so now everybody's in here. Let me go through these chats, y'all, because I have a lot to catch up on. So just bear with me. All right. So I think that we're on Dylan, maybe. So Dylan saying that no better job than a fired head coach. Ask Ed Orgeron. Yeah, and you know what? The crazier thing, I don't know that it's really crazy, but almost as soon as they get fired, they're right back out there trying to get another job. I guess they're just, trying to stack up all that money. But yeah, they have crazy buyouts. And G saying that he doesn't envy the head coaching job at Florida, with those schedules going forward, and with the out of conference non-SEC games next year are going to be hard to win 10 there. Year in.
I think that's the same for any SEC school, though.
I was about to say the same thing, bro. Yeah. It's going to be tough for all of. I mean, like, it just is what it is. But one of the things about Florida is obviously people want to go there. It's in the state of Florida. It's not hard to get talent there, right? Like, you shouldn't have problems with that. All right, and let me try to get through. I just want to try to catch up, y'all. So Chatsworth, he's saying that if Oklahoma loses, maybe Tennessee hires him for a spot on the defense. Yeah, everyone's saying that. I think everyone's on the same page with it. All right, so this one right here is saying Go Big Orange, Lady Vols, 89, other team 35. Oh wow, okay. So is that a real game, or is that
it's got to be an exhibition at this point? But yeah.
Okay. All right. But yeah, that's always good to see. I think that, Lady Vols, they should be really, really good. Okay. This one is from Matt. He said that he feels good about this game and that he's pumped and that these boys are going to stand up this weekend. And he's not normally like this. And you know what? That's so true. Y'all probably noticed it too, that he's always pretty positive, but he does have a different type of energy. That makes me have better energy too. So thank you for that, Matt. And I'm just going to keep on trying to plug away, y'all. People laughing about the Skeletor thing. Yeah. All right, so bro, he's saying that 62 years in the air against Kentucky, or is that right? 62 years in the air against Kentucky. Okay, like he's got eyes to the back of his head. Okay, yards.
52-yard pass to Matthews.
Yeah, that was gorgeous. Mm-hmm. I think that Joey Aguilar is playing well. I think he's doing some beautiful things. All right, so this one's saying that Venables needs to stay over there in Norman. I don't think he's going to have a choice for now, but I think that they want to get him on up out of there. They was trying to fire him, I think, like at this first or second season. And G saying that as quarterback, Joey knows that you have to keep earning success. Nico felt entitled to it coming out of high school. Success is earned, not inherited. I think that's a good point. Aguilar so chill, love him. I do too. I think that we all are, huge Aguilar fans. This one from Princey Poo saying that he can't wait to watch Joey with Tristan Keys next year. Joey's not going to be. I don't think he's going to be back next year, y'all. I doubt that happens, but it would probably be a pretty good thing if it did. All right, and Bull Ruck, Tommy Pat, heavy hitters. Thank you, bro. Okay, so this one is from Mike Harmon. He's saying question for everybody. So what do we think the one key element in this game is? Our offensive line is one of the better matchups versus their D-line. Yeah, so I think that's a pretty good question. Tim, what do you think, like, if you could pick, I guess, one thing is what Mike's asking, that's the key element in this game, like one matchup, I guess, what would you say it is?
No, I think he's right. That is the key matchup. That's always the matchup. Like, to win in the SEC, you have to win the line of scrimmage. If you can't win the line of scrimmage, you can't win a game. That's just you have to be able to, keep your quarterback safe and hopefully establish the run. Unless you're Joey Aguilar this year and you've got three guys that are just tearing up the charts. But yeah, no, that is going to be the matchup. That's going to probably decide the game right there. So,
yeah. So, Pat, what's your quick thoughts on it?
Well, so as far as Oklahoma game, like what I'm looking at, man, like I really think like if we just got to take another step on our defense, like we've got to get settled in. Like I know, like it's been chaos for those guys, like, and they're trying to get everything, like, and it looks like almost like there's a little bit different of a system kind of being implemented, with the bend don't break, stuff like that. And I think that like the more burnt Tyler Redmond, Colton Hood are getting, and even more the backup. So I mean, we're seeing Ben Bolton, we're seeing William Wright, we're seeing players, those guys come in, and they're getting play, and the more it's just going to help them. And at this point of the season, I think that I would love to see a little bit more. Like, we get after the quarterback and we get after it hard, but we got to stop the run in the trenches. The way we did last year, we stopped the run in the trenches. Like, we were able to, our guys were getting their big E, big O. Like they were getting home. Like they would, reach that big, bear mitt and out there and snatch a dude down in a heartbeat. And we need to get a little bit more of that. That way it doesn't get to the second or third level or whatever. The safety coming down a little bit more, I think that would help too with the run fits. And like Ruck said, AC, I don't want to see him out there. I want him to heal. Like he's got this week. We don't need him against New Mexico State, sure. The off week, all that stuff. We don't need. We need him back for Florida Vanderbilt. Like the end of the year, we need him back for that. So let's get him healed up. Let's get the attendance, taken care of, rested. And let Jaden Perlotti get out there. Edward Spillman, like I would like to see Edward Spillman, Jaden Perlotti, Jaden Harmon, even like I would love to see those guys out there because the speed that Perlotti was showing, like that was outstanding. Spillman led, I think against Kentucky he led the team in tackles, so they're showing massive improvement. And the offense has got to do what the offense does, like. What Joey was doing against Kentucky, I feel like he can do that, especially with the corners for Oklahoma. Like he's going to get a little bit, he's going to have more pressure from Oklahoma coming across the line. But I think our offensive line has done an outstanding job this year. Like I'm not upset at our offensive line. They kept him protected. He's been well as long as he makes good decisions. He's throwing the ball correct. I think we're going to be just fine. And it's dark mode dealing. The crowd's, going to be into it. So I'm feeling good about this game. My nerves are nowhere near as what they were Alabama weekend.
Yeah. Okay. Feel that. All right. So we had to skip past some of this stuff, y'all. Well, thank y'all for chiming in. All right. So this one right here, he's saying that Tennessee's going to win 42-38. I like that score. Okay. This one right here from my dog that always joins us. He's saying that let's go get this dub on Saturday. This one from G saying that Boo doesn't look hungry. I hope that changes in this game. I do too. But, we'll see. Obviously, if he plays as hard as he can, then Tennessee's going to be fun. From Matt, he's saying that he's a Chattanooga boy. He can't stand Boo not killing it. And it drives him absolutely crazy. And then he watched him in high school, Yeah, man. It just sometimes, man, you got to be right mentally. Boo's definitely giving lackluster effort out there, no doubt. It looks like it to me too. Lady Vols are up 129 to 46 with 5 minutes left. Love to see that. All right, so this one from J. Lord. He says that he has a good feeling that Boo makes a big game-changing play on Saturday. He needs to make a whole bunch of them.
So.
Like, he needs to play hard all the time. He's just too talented not to. All right, so this one that they're saying that New Mexico State, hopefully, but we'll see. Yeah, I think that's probably pretty. That sounds pretty possible to me. I'm gonna try to skip past some of these, y'all. Okay, wow, man, 44 points in the third quarter. That is dope.
That is crazy.
Yeah. Joey's gone. Yep, for sure. He's gonna be leaving. So is Faison killing it his senior year? I think he's hurt or something. I'm not sure. Do y'all know what's going on with Faison? Isn't he injured or something? He might be back.
haven't kept up with it, to be honest.
And
I've got the college balls on. I got too much of that to watch right now. I pay attention to that in recruiting season, you know?
Yeah, for sure. So this right here saying that GMAC is going to be a baller next year. I think that's going to be a good kind of like battle with GMAC and Faison. Okay. So is there a chance that JPatt is back this week? No, he's listed as out, so he can't play. All right. Y'all take a moment and give the stream a like. Thank you for that, Matt. Appreciate that for sure. Yeah, please do make sure to like and make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. This right here is saying that he's late. Thank you for joining us as always, bro. So Hood, he's not on there. But
Hood will play Saturday.
Yes, Hood will play. Mod is not going to play, but he might be coming back pretty soon. All right. So I think that we got to all of them. I mean, most of them. But listen.
Contrary to clickbait.
Huh?
I say contrary to clickbait. Hood's playing.
So look, y'all, thank y'all so much for joining us. Obviously Ruck, he's got his show starting up, and to JPatt, to Timmy G, appreciate y'all so much. Excellent show, excellent insight. But we will be back tomorrow with something. All right, so y'all just please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll be talking to y'all then. Thanks, peace.